Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'm your host, Alex, and this is episode 240 of the JARCast. I'm joined by Jim.
Hello there.
And James.
Good afternoon.
Before we get too deep into the show, let me shout out the JAR patrons over at the Patreon, who make the audio version of the show possible and get their names read out in the first week of each month.
They get access to early videos, with the most recent going up, which would be up by the time this video is up, which is the Mad Max video.
Fury Road, James Reviews.
Yeah.
Good one. I keep getting the urge to watch that movie again because of...
Yeah, no. Just when we were editing it, you saw the shots of all the cars we edited in, and it's a fucking good movie. Jesus.
So, let's do some housekeeping. Let's clean up just the junk around here that's residing from the last week that needs addressing. It should just be a short one this time. Finn McLaughlin is going to start us off. We were talking about like games, the most influential games in terms of ones that are kind of fast-tracking the badness of the industry. And he said, when it comes to games doing damage to the industry, I actually think Destiny 1 is significantly worse than people already think it is. The fact that it was released as half a game and required you to buy multiple expansions to get one game's worth of a game didn't get enough criticism, in my opinion, and that seems to be the norm nowadays. At least No Man's Sky's expansions, which did much more than Destiny's, didn't cost money.
Yeah, very true.
Mm-hmm. And not only just with Destiny 1, I would argue they also did it with Destiny 2.
Yeah, they proved that they can just get away with that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny that Bungie made like the most influential first-person shooter at the start of the millennia, and then did it again, but like in the opposite way, where it just made everything worse.
Mm-hmm. And Creative Productions and Slimy Bogey Rat have a couple about probably something we're going to talk a bit about for a big chunk here on this here cast. Let's get into it. Went to the Gorillaz gig in London today and saw Jim in Five Guys. I was stood directly behind him waiting to fill up my drink. I literally could not believe my eyes. I didn't want to say anything as we both had our masks on, and I thought the possibility of him not hearing me properly and having to repeat myself would be too awkward to bear. I looked to my left and I saw James sat down eating his food. The chaos energy was pretty intense, I must say. No sign of Alex or Ruben though. Regardless, as a fan for pretty much 4 years now, this was a pretty cream-worthy moment. Although I didn't get to say it in person, I'd like to thank you guys for all the content you've made over the years. I absolutely love anything you guys make, and I always look forward to the podcast every Monday. I hope you all enjoyed the gig, and what did you think of the 2 new songs, Game On? Should I read the other one too before we... Yeah, just to keep it tidy. I saw you guys at the Gorillaz concert on James's Instagram last night. Didn't realise you were there until I got home there. Anyway, question is, how did you find it in terms of the actual concert itself and the reintroduction to large crowds again? Because whilst I loved the concert and everyone in the crowds were lovely, I couldn't get the COVID fear out the back of my mind. So if you haven't caught up yet, Gorillaz, a band we're a big fan of, played in London at the O2 on Wednesday. It's a show we went to. And I guess it's kind of the first time any of us have really gone to a big city, or more particular, like an event with like...
Yeah.
The O2 holds 20,000 people, max, so...
I sort of consider it the first time we've actually done something. Since COVID. Since the start of COVID.
That's pretty much.
Like going to a restaurant is one thing, but actually like going out, experiencing something fresh,
something that's designed sort of like a sardine can, where the whole premise is that it's like thousands of people being boxed in. I was quite nervous about the whole thing, if I was being real.
I think the big... Because obviously this was my first time going to any concert ever. This was my first, dipping my toes in of, that experience. And to go in, you had to have the NHS COVID pass, which caused, I don't think you were that fussed about it. But I know me and you, we were just quite anxious.
That was my big sticking point, was because, this COVID pass thing for people outside of the UK, they might have different, like each country's handling it differently, obviously. So if you want to go to an event like Gorillaz, some live music show or whatever, you're required to go through this process to get on the NHS app, which you have to download, like a QR code pass to say that you've done a test or are fully vaccinated, or none of us have the full vaccination yet, so we had to do a test at least like 36 hours before the event. Yeah, and it was like, we didn't even know that was going to be a requirement when we booked the tickets
over a year ago.
So like a few weeks ago, you just get an email like, oh, by the way, you've got to deal with this stuff to make sure you can even go in. And as someone who's like tried to avoid during this whole COVID thing, going to concerts and stuff, there was one like cancelled and whatnot. I haven't been like looking into like all the like rules and regulations with what is required to go to festivals and whatnot, so it was all just like jumping in the deep end. And yeah, of course, anything like government run in terms of like these apps and stuff, they're like a genuine joke to interact with.
Absolutely atrocious, because before we went, we all gathered here so that we all do it at the same time. We know we're doing it right. Yeah. So we all did it, but my app never updated with my COVID pass. So like even the next morning, I still didn't have it. So it was just like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do it again. So you did it again, and then it actually updated, and it's just so much unnecessary stress. And the big insult for it is that we go there, we're in the line to get into the actual arena, and then you just look at it for like 1 second, like, yeah, sure. It's like
they didn't even scan the QR code.
No, the whole process is like they don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to get COVID, you're not going to get it in the arena. You're going to get it in the restaurants in the O2, because that's where everyone's mingling anyway. You're guaranteed to get
surely
it.
the most likely place you'll get COVID in London is the Tube.
Yeah.
People like stuffed it, like the sardine can thing you said, but even more apt. Like, it's straight up just people literally crammed together, like shoulder to shoulder, touching each other. A mask isn't going to protect you.
It's just, I was kind of surprised by just the amount of people in the tubes that just don't care, like weren't even wearing a mask. Because we made sure, like when we were inside, we were always wearing the mask. And it was like that in most like cafes and restaurants, but the tube, people did not care at all.
And was it on your mind during the show at all? It was always there, sort of in the back of my mind. But I felt the O2 is so ridiculously large, and there's like a breeze. It's so giant, it almost feels like you're outside. And the ventilation was very good, so
I didn't feel
too bad.
I wasn't really worried about COVID when we were actually there, because it was like there's a point when you can't worry anymore. Because we would have got it in the train to London you're so far deep in COVID that there's no point worrying anymore.
So speaking of going on the train, that's kind of when the story truly began of our journey to Gorillaz in London. I haven't been on the train to London in a couple of years.
It's my second time ever.
Yeah, we had like seats booked because we wanted to make sure we weren't standing. So it can be a busy train, a busy line. It's a busy place. And we like sitting at like the tables.
Because there's 4 of us anyway, so it made sense.
So it makes more sense. And on the trains, they've got each carriage has a few tables there. And we'd booked one, so we find where we'd booked, and little granny is sat like in one of them, in a booth to herself, in the booth we'd booked. And then the showdown began. The power play was cemented. I showed my tickets saying like, "Hey, lady,
we've booked. These seats are reserved. We've got them." And
and then the rehearsed script came out. Whatever. This old lady, she'd been sat there. I don't know when she got on this train, how long she'd been devising this scheme. She was sat there and she decided, whoever's booked this seat, I'm feeling bad about something. I'm just gonna like try and ruin someone else's day for no reason, a group's day. She was like, "No, I booked this. This is mine."
She used the words, "Oh, I've booked this seat as well." But it's a system. You can't double book a seat. The system designed for that not to happen. She bullshit. She was just like,
on the trains to London, or on this line or whatever. They have little lights for like if the seats are reserved, and all 4 of them were like red reserved on us. But it's just like when you bump into someone you don't really want to interact with, right? You just want to go to, like, you're just on the train to get somewhere. It's not supposed to be like a drama moment. It's supposed to be easy. There's the whole point of reserving seats or whatever. Just make it streamlined. Of course, this little granny comes in and has to ruin it. But I didn't put my foot down because I saw the carriage wasn't too busy. It wasn't as busy as maybe as I anticipated. So instead of putting my foot in the sand or whatever and being like, nah, this is mine, am I gonna have to go get some train guy or gal to sort this out? And so I was like, nah, there's a table over there, let's just go over there. I can't be dealing with this right now.
Which doesn't, like, how spiteful and like angry of a person do you have to be in like an empty train carriage and just think, I'm fighting my ground on this table that isn't mine. Like, how fucking miserable are you?
Do you reckon she sat there because she saw it was red? And
Yeah.
she wanted, like...
Yeah, because she gaslit me. That was it. Gaslighting granny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I didn't ask to see the ticket or anything. I should have been more... Cause it was a quick moment. I wasn't anticipating any of this. And I'm just like, the COVID pass was on my mind. The concert was on my mind. I wasn't ready for this interaction, you know?
Yeah, I wish we'd gone back and... Because I was saying to you on the train, like, even though it's the slightest
It's
of
such a
injustices,
minor... Yeah.
and we got a
angry.
table anyway. But it's just the nerve of doing that. It's not the fact that she was sat in a reserved seat. It's not the fact that it was our reserved seat. It's the fact that she fucking lied. She, like, lied to our fucking faces. And in the moment we knew it, she knew it.
Yeah. And we just took it.
Yeah, and it just worked for her.
This is why
because it's inherently it's a socially awkward situation. It's like an old lady with like a group of guys surrounding her, and you're like, "Wait, you want me to like bicker with you on the train right now?" I just want to go to London,
and you're on the back foot because she was already sat down, and we were like in the aisle holding up people behind us and in front of us, and on the back foot because she's like an old lady. People inherently would take the side of the vulnerable one older person by themselves, as opposed.
And the worst part, she didn't even go to London. She like got off in Swindon. Or
she literally got off the next stop. It was like 5 minutes away.
Oh,
like
man.
we were cucks. Like we were betas in that situation because we should just sat in the seats. Because if she's gonna fight that ground, make it uncomfortable for her. Just all sit around and have one of us in the next queue and just talk really loudly and talk about like doing big diarrhea shits or like the Gorillaz or some shit.
No,
make
just start
it
recording
whole.
a podcast and like, have her as the fourth.
yeah.
Nah, but is that just the thing? Like when you get to that age, you just don't.
You need excitement in your life. You need like some dopamine.
Drama.
You need something.
Yeah.
But I didn't give a shit. Like I was just like, cool, because we got a table anyway. So it's just like, it's such a minor thing that I don't care. But I knew you two were like, out of principle, like, well, fucking knob. Got angry about it.
It's just like the way you interact with people has a knock-on effect. You know? And like, if you're gonna be a dick, like, so purposefully, it's like, there is a knock-on effect with that shit.
She is a bad person. She is a bad person. I don't give a shit how you're feeling, what you've been through.
Don't
Don't
take
put
out
other
on other
people
people.
through shit.
Because
Like-
that's something that really annoys me. Like when I see like in supermarkets people being assholes to the people working there. Like we were in one yesterday.
Yeah.
And there was this guy just being such a twat to the people working there, just because like the alarm went off with the bag, like the automated system, and he was like just being needlessly aggro and just creating a problem. When it's just like, what are they supposed to do about it? They're just like doing their job. Just it's an automated system. Like, why are you getting mad about this and creating problems?
Like, where does that come from though? Like, I've always wondered, is it like are they
Fragile
just too
egos?
confident about themselves that they need to cause an issue? Because I'm not.
It's like the opposite. It's like gaining just a slight bit of power over someone else.
Yeah, because you see that play out on the roads a lot. Like the little power
that's
plays.
the battleground for that
Yeah,
type of attitude
yeah.
is always in a car.
That's different though. Like it is the worst in restaurants and shops and whatever. Whenever there's someone working who is supposed to like serve the public, the public inherently have an advantage.
Yeah.
They don't have to specifically choose the vocabulary they use, and they don't have to
give
be
as
polite.
much attitude as you want, and you still just have to take it or whatever. Yeah. But
I
anyway.
straight up think that, you know, people who are in like customer facing roles should be able to fight back. But then it's just like they'll just leave really shitty reviews on everything they can to like prove a point.
Customer's always right, man.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Don't like that.
So what was next? When we finally got to London, we went to this pretty funky hat shop with the 70s portal with the guy that worked there.
Yeah, this dude had like a perm. His hair was like as tall as the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must take that guy like hours to get ready.
No, this is something I just love about London cities. Like, the personal expression is off the charts.
Yeah.
Because you walk around
about
here,
that a lot lately too.
Yeah. But like, you see people around here, someone wears something a bit like
a poncho.
A bit of themselves, you know, they're showing some personality.
Yeah.
And you hear people talk about them, it's just ridicule. It's just like cruelty and like, judgment. So it's horrible. But like, in a city, for the most part, you can just be like whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, there's no time to care about that. Everyone's too busy.
Yeah.
There's too many.
It's a city. It just everyone everywhere is always doing something. Like, we went into the coffee shop in the morning. This guy was like an estate agent, like on his PC, like doing stuff. Even in the most casual environments, it's still super, you know, busy in a work type of way, and that's appealing to me. And I think we've talked about this before, that once you're in that environment, you want to be a grinder. You want to be a grind set trillionaire, billionaire. You know.
Yeah, the busyness is crazy, and the general rudeness of like some of the people. That just aren't
it's a different rudeness though to like the woman on the train.
But yeah,
it's more of a calloused, like, I don't know. It's a lack of caring as opposed to maliciousness, or not even caring, just not noticing. Like, you're so used to all that shit of like people bumping into each other and
just
stuff.
chaos around you all the time.
Yeah, it's just ordinary.
Exactly. When did the jar fans start showing up? What was it? Who was the first? The first one I have noted down was James.
James in Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems that there was quite a few people in Five Guys specifically, because we were waiting. We'd all ordered, and then James's Twilight left, and we're ordering, and that's the first one. But then I got a message saying, "Oh, I saw you in Five Guys," and then got that comment about Five Guys.
People were messaging you on Instagram, weren't they?
Yeah, because because obviously if you just put the O2 up, people instantly gonna be like, "Oh, there were Gorillaz."
Yeah.
And then people were just like, "Oh fuck, I'm here as well." Shit, like I got quite a few messages of people being there.
So there was James. I went to go look at the merch, and I think you got.
I got
by these 3 girls, and we didn't get.
Unfortunately, I didn't get the names because they ran up as you two. Like, you went to smoke and you went to merch. They ran up. It made me. It scared the shit out of me because it completely made me jump. So I was like, "Oh shit!" But I didn't.
Yeah,
get
that's the
names.
thing. Like, we're really not used to that
type of interaction because it's we don't expect it because like when we're in CALNE or we're about to, or like, you know, I might see you in like Tesco or something. If you hear your name, it's like, oh, it's James.
Yeah.
But when you hear your own name in like London of all places,
yeah,
you're so off your guard, like on your guard. You're like, oh, fuck, what's this?
Yeah, it's always an interesting experience, but it's cool though, like hearing these little stories and just
absolutely,
brief connection.
I got used to it by the end of the day. But those first few, it just like totally caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. Like I should, because we're going to Gorillaz, and the Jar Gorillaz crossover is quite big. There's a lot of Jar fans for Gorillaz as well, so we should have expected it, but it was still really, really weird at first.
And then it was Sam. I think I bumped into Sam when I was going to the toilet.
Went to the loo.
I think I saw him post on the Reddit saying he wished he'd said more or something, but he couldn't think on the spot or whatever. Joseph and Mac.
I feel how that person felt for you, like.
Oh yeah,
because I was waiting in line to get a beer.
No, because that was really weird, because it was just about, it was like 15 minutes from starting, and you disappeared, and you'd gone for so long that I was just like, right. What's happened to Jim? And
because I'd gone the wrong way to the loo, so it took me like 10 minutes to find the toilets, and then I was waiting in line to get a beer, and then I got approached by Joseph and Mac. And yeah, like, because I was taken out of the line because of it, and like, it just made it sort of...
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I apologise for any like awkwardness emanating from me, but...
Yeah, and me as well.
Yeah, it just took me by surprise, because it was like... we went to Gorillaz what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, it was a while ago now.
And
Whatever the Humans tour was.
you got recognised by one person.
Mm-hmm.
This time, like,
Yeah, because I was
after
thinking
the
about
first
that.
one, I was thinking, oh, that's cool. That's the one. That's
Mhm.
like the one for the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kept coming, and
Yeah,
it just blew me
'cause-
away. But Joseph and Mac, proper nice guys.
Because then, after the concert finished, when 20,000 people are trying to get, they're all funneling to the the tube
The
station.
underground, yeah.
So it's all chock-a-block. So we were just like, oh, let's just go get a beer, let's get a drink, just so that we can die down a bit. So we had a drink for a bit, and then we walked to the tube, and then we were about to get on the tube, and then we got spotted again.
Yeah, because before that was Luke, and there's
Yeah.
one more before that, Matthew, I have noted down.
Yeah, Matthew was when we were all being funneled to the exit.
Mhm.
It was. I felt kind of like a businessman, walking really fast, and this dude walks up to me. He's like, hey, "Yo, what's up? I'm Matthew from JARCast Media." And we're like storming
Yeah,
across. Yeah, we had a nice little chat.
Yeah, and we
everyone that we met
Was
that recognised
they were all
Super nice.
super nice.
really
yeah,
nice people.
Yeah,
It's
nice
like
little
hearing
anecdotes.
that people meet each other through JAR. It's like, that's so fucking crazy. 'Cause it's
Yeah, that
like
was
the
really
power
cool.
of the internet when you've got the
Mhm.
interest and you find someone. That's just the fucking coolest thing.
Yeah, and we were on the tube with Luke and I didn't catch his friend's name, but that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah.
What about the actual show itself?
No, we're forgetting something else. The weirdest thing. So this was after we got out of the tube, and we didn't go to the station near the hotel because we would have to get the train, overland train. So we decided to get on the metro like beforehand and go just stand up and get an Uber. So we walked to the Shangri-La Hotel.
They've got a really bunts like sign out the front of this
Yeah, there's
hotel.
like
Yeah, 'cause
water trickling down.
I'm
and
pretty
shit.
sure the Shangri-La is a really, really high-end hotel.
I mean,
That's
what,
like
what was
bougie.
that car that was?
So we were just standing there, and this I think it's a Rolls-Royce Wraith pulls
the
up.
Super Drop Diamond.
Yeah, people might know it from GTA, and it's like Arabian like princess walks out like in the
Yeah.
full like thing, and we're just like
such an elaborate dress. It's like amazing.
Yeah, just dragging along the dirty London.
The
ground.
roads with the chewing gum and like
Yeah,
rats chewing
yeah.
on it.
So then we just decided we wanted to take a picture of this with the Shangri-La sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we tried to take this picture, and this business guy walks past as he's going into the Shangri-La, and he's just like, oh, I want to be in this picture. So we all crouched down, and this guy is just like, he blends in so perfectly.
Yeah, he looks like Spider-Man or something with his pose.
Is that the thumbnail?
Yeah.
I
I
reckon.
think it's too perfect not to be.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
It's so perfect. And then he instantly walked up and walked into the Shangri-La, and it was just like, what the fuck? It was really weird.
Yeah. Any other notable bits before the show itself? Because I do want to talk about that bit as well. The actual quality of the show and everything.
Yeah.
Because it was nice to see Gorillaz again. Obviously, the last time we saw them was like the Humans tour, and I was like psyched to see them. It's not like their best album or anything, and I was more hyped just to be like, finally, I could see them live. It was almost like I didn't even care what they were playing. But like the set list for this show in comparison to that Humans one was like, it was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen like all the majority of the songs that I would really like to see from them. It was like such a good combination of every one of the albums, even with Humans and the Now in there, but also the first album, some of the best from Demon Days, Plastic Beach, and a couple of new ones too. So it literally had like everything you could want and a bunch of surprises.
Yeah.
The Song Machine, of course, being the new stuff being played live, was like really impressive too. My standout was Désolé. It was like I forgot the feature's name. Fatou. She was like incredible.
Yeah, her vocal range
unbelievable.
it hits so much different live than when it
Yeah.
does being pre-recorded.
Yeah,
it
you
hits
don't like
highs.
appreciate like, because it's like two different skills, isn't it? Like being able to perform live is not necessarily the same as like on a recorded song. You can tinker with it as much as you like in post-production, but live, hearing it, it's like something else. And like just what she was wearing and everything, it was like really impressive. What was your guys' favourite? Didn't you say every planet we reach is... No, what was your favourite one, Jim?
Yeah, every planet we reach is dead. It's... I didn't even recognise the song at first. It was such like a fresh take on on their own same song.
Mm-hmm.
I just vibed with it. Like the contrast between the sort of chorusy hook, like guitar riff bit, with the rest of the song. Yeah, just an awesome performance with the animation they were showing in the background as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in saying that, like, when I think about it, any of the songs could have been like my favorite one. They were all sick.
Yeah, even like Andromeda from Humans, that like 2-minute song. The live version is so much better. I wish they would release like an equivalent version. Yeah. It's like properly expanded, and the whole like backup singers have. Like,
there's like a bridge. Part with the backup singers that makes.
I've always felt that about that song. It's too short. It's like it needs a bit more.
Yeah, and it does need like a feature vocally.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't just Damon.
Yeah. What about you, James?
See, when you first said about going to Gorillaz last year, after the last few years, I haven't been the biggest Gorillaz fan. Like, they're not in my rotation of music that I listen to regularly. And it was only like, Now as the thing was just all coming out regularly. So it's just like, okay, I'll give these a listen. Didn't really listen to all of them at the time anyway. So going into this, it was more about the experience than the actual music I'm listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I read the set list before, and it was like, oh shit, the ones I really want to listen to are being played.
Yeah,
so,
you got a good set list.
Yeah, and a lot of everything was like a 10 out of 10. Everything they played was incredible. But when Humans came out, I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing them live blew my fucking pants off.
Those songs are way better live.
No, they're incredible live, because Saturn's Bars, I remember we talked about Humans on a podcast, and I was real deep in the hatred of Saturn Bars.
Really?
I feel at the time I thought it was absolute dog shit.
Really? It's really fun.
Second best. That song live, he was just so much fucking character, and it was just so fucking good, but nothing will ever be able to top in any of my life experiences Garage Palace.
Yeah, you love
her live performance was fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The flow, flawless. She just fucking slaps so fucking hard on everything. And it's like the moment it happened and she walked on, everyone was just like, yeah! Everyone went fucking mad, and I'd never heard that song before. I'd never heard it. So hearing that live, I was just like, fuck. Because it was really aggressive. The whole production had it. So, and I've listened to her music since. She's really fucking good. She's so fucking good.
I think she was in like 3 songs.
She did.
Yeah, she subbed
Clint
in
Eastwood,
for
didn't
Clint
she?
Eastwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a really good job for that as well.
Yeah, she's amazing. She like the raw talent coming from that woman.
Well, and seeing like Robert Smith and
yeah,
it's just crazy, like the cameos and everything, or the features. Sorry, I've got my movie words in my brain.
I liked the Earth Gang did Silo on the encore. Very good. Yeah, I liked Earth Gang's. I can't remember what actual song they did, but that whole song was also really great. I can't think I could ask for a better Gorillaz set list or performance. Yeah. Like, I want to see Gorillaz again for the whole experience again. Never going to happen, but I really do.
I was trying to think, like, the only couple songs I could think of that I'd want to see live from them was that, what's it called? The Little Dragon Empire Ants. And that one we listened to on the drive here with Snoop Dogg from the Now. It's pretty Hollywood. Yeah, I'd quite like to see that.
It was a shame that Slow Tide wasn't there to do Momentary Bliss.
I guess it's one of the only major negatives of the Gorillaz concept, is that when you're doing live, it's so many features. You're just not going to be able to have everyone.
But you can't complain with how many.
That's the thing.
We got.
It's all rooted,
including
with
Peter Hook and.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they
awesome.
They were going to reveal 3 new songs. AJ Tracy, they couldn't do the AJ Tracy one because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he said he was poorly.
The 2 others, I don't know. I can't remember the name of one of the performers, but she was fucking incredible.
Yeah, her song is up there in my favourites as well.
Yeah,
With the steel
so
drums,
good.
I've got a real thing for like reggae beats, and
Yeah.
that song just hit different.
'Cause he was saying about what the next project's supposed to be, channeling that first album. sort of
Going
again.
back to their roots.
Yeah, so it was a really, really good experience, I reckon. I'm super glad I went because I was really toying with, like, I'm not sure if we should go. to be honest,
but on the the whole week before, because of the whole the COVID thing, we were just like, oh, what do we do? What should we do? And I think we were both like, yeah, we should just cancel it. But we would have just missed out. Like,
Well, I mean,
my
my logic was like, let's try and do the NHS thing. If it didn't work, then we go to London and just do something else. Because like we said at the start, it's been 2 years since we've done anything.
So we needed that. It's like a pent up,
definitely.
so much pent up energy from the last year
and
that we needed.
I feel like just totally different now.
Yeah, it's like just being around other people and just in a different space and exploring like things you haven't seen
Fresh
before.
things, like new things.
So-
It's so needed.
You need it for your insanity, don't you?
But it's like being my first concert. It's like I get it. Because there's those festival people who go to Glastonbury every year. I understand. I get why, but I still would not want to go to like concerts where where they're miming. It's all pre-recorded because that defeats the point of a concert to me. But obviously, Gorillaz being Gorillaz, it was always going to be a proper live performance. And honestly, I value the experience so much that I don't want to do it often. Like I want to go see Nin live because I know that will be special. But it's not something I'd want to do all the time because I value it too much. Like I want it to be like a real special thing you go to. But at the same time, it makes me really sad because Daft Punk are no more. Like that.
Yeah.
Well, how many concerts did they do in their lifetime?
That ship sailed like a decade ago.
I know, but it's just
They
like
did,
it could have
two live
been.
shows or something.
They did a live 1997 and 2000.
And one of them wasn't even like announced or something.
Yeah. It's like that's the dream one. If they ever do one, I've said this before. If those tickets cost 50k, I'd sell the house for it because that's an experience nobody else will ever get to experience. So, but incredible. Otherwise,
The only other major thing I noted down was the Xbox donut.
Yeah, the Xbox donut fucking sucks balls.
so we went.
Fuck you, Xbox.
When we got to the off at Paddington,
It was Paddington Station.
so we got off and we were just like, oh, let's go get a donut. We went to just go into the train station, and it was just we walked past the Krispy Kreme shop, and being country boys, it was like, wow. So we walked in there, it was like, a Nexus donut.
The only one of us that actually wanted to go in there was you.
Yeah, because I love Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, we can get Krispy Kreme literally any day we want. Like, Krispy Kreme is not foreign to us by any means.
No, but I was
It's a
just
20-minute
like,
drive to a big shop, and we can have all the Krispy Kreme we want.
But it's just like,
It was more the bright green glowing donut that caught my eye.
We didn't get that there, though.
No, that's
didn't-
just when the idea, the foreshadowing.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
foreshadowing
No,
was there.
we keep running into Destiny, as in the like existential entity of
the red ribbon of life.
of the future being like
Foreshown
yeah
before.
Ball of yarn.
Like it's decided.
Spun.
It's pre-decided.
It's like,
So we see this Xbox donut. Next day, we're back.
X-nut.
We're back in our ends.
we're going to
and-
McDonald's like we do.
Yeah, we're going to McDonald's because we're fucking knackered and James is grumpy.
I am going.
So-
Oh my god, that McDonald's experience was shit. Because I was
Well, no,
actually,
you got what you deserved.
I was grumpy. I'm gonna explain. I was grumpy because it's like being a huge introvert. London is like, it's like a fucking needle in your arm, just taking every bit of life out of you. Because I can't deal with that long term. So I got back and it was just like, oh, I want to sleep. But instead we played Apex for like 5 hours straight. Had a terrible time. So it's like, I'm hungry. Let's go to McDonald's.
Fuck you at the moment.
So we went to McDonald's and it was just like, oh, what do I fancy? Oh, I could get nuggets. Or I could get a Big Mac. So I go to my Big Mac order, and obviously, being me, I've got to remove all the flavour from the Big Mac. So I moved the burger sauce, I moved the gherkins and the cheese. And I'll just get a Big Mac with just burgers in, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, when they pulled, they're by the window giving us our order, I get the Big Mac, and it's just a normal Big Mac. So it's like, oh, I can't even eat the Big Mac.
No, but then I asked, like, what is the percentage chance of this going wrong when you do a custom McDonald's order? Because, like, you know...
It's a custom McDonald's order.
Yeah,
it's like not designed.
Why the fuck would you order a Big Mac there if you don't like Big Macs?
Yeah, dude. If you don't like default Big Macs, and it's a huge chance that it's going to be a default Big Mac because they screw up the custom orders so much.
But, like, why even get a Big Mac if you're not getting the stuff that makes it? Like just get like a...
Because it's just like, I like burger, mayonnaise, and salad and lettuce is just like, that hits the spot. Because that's what I get at Five Guys. So we had a Five Guys on before we went to see Gorillaz, and it was like, oh, this tastes great.
Five Guys has the best burger system because by default it has nothing and you choose what you want.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like, this type of burger has this, and this, and this, and this type of burger has this, that, and the other, and... Yeah, you should be able to personalize to the extreme. Make it your fucking burger. But anyway, the run-in with Destiny, we see this Xbox burger, blah, blah, blah. We go to McDonald's, blah, blah, blah. There's Sainsbury's right by McDonald's. We go into Sainsbury's because I wanted to buy a Pepsi after my large Coke. And there it is. Win a free Xbox One S or Xbox Series G or
I heard
Xbox System B.
Dingle D?
Yeah, the Xbox Dingle D. And it's got one Xbox donut in there.
The Nexus, the Nexus.
So at that point, Destiny has spoken.
Phil Spencer has spoken.
A literal green light in front of us.
To be honest, I did say don't look at it. Just walk past, and you just walk straight to it. Because we do every time we go into this McDonald's, we follow the same path. We walk past the fruit to the yogurt, so I can. Did I say Tesco?
You said McDonald's.
Sainsbury's, then we get the yogurt because I always get the same vanilla yogurt, and then left, and then you've got the patisserie section with all the cookies and donuts, and we go there every time. Even when we don't fancy it, we walk to the Krispy Kreme section just to look at them. So obviously Jamie buys the
but there was
box.
The green light, and the thing is, because of this Destiny event, I was expecting, if I buy this box, I'm getting an Xbox. That's why I bought them.
Yeah.
Like I was pretty much certain. So then we get the donuts, jump in the car. You put the code into the app and shit using the QR code.
And we don't win it.
No Xbox.
And I lost.
Yeah.
So then to drown my sorrows, I chowed down on an Xbox donut.
You ate all four in one sitting.
The green ain't even green. It doesn't even taste of green.
What did it taste of?
Plain icing. It tasted of white.
Whoa.
It was trash. It was trash and like powdery sugar.
Xbox goo.
The inside Xbox goo, just brown.
No, I don't like that when you have these interesting like donuts and then they're the basic ones that look different. Just make it fucking crazy.
Yeah, it should be full.
Your Krispy Kremes,
like lime or mint or something weird. Just do something.
What flavour do you associate with Xbox?
Mint.
No, but green.
Mint.
What flavour do you associate with green? Mint. Or lime?
Which is strange because in London, at the same time as we seeing the Nexus one, there was a mint wing donut. Why the fuck is there filling in a wing donut? But that was a mint one. Had a mint chocolate filling. But the fucking Xbox one is just baby bitch flavour.
James was getting so angry yesterday at McDonald's at the way people were driving at the drive-thru.
It is incredibly frustrating. If you're in a drive-thru, leave as little space as possible between the cars. Because people will leave an entire car space between their cars, and it's like you realise that, especially the one that we go to,
the one that we do is the worst. It's the worst possible fucking. It's on a roundabout.
There's a roundabout and then a short road that leads into the drive-thru of McDonald's. This fucking drive-thru gets so backed up that there will be cars like going around the roundabout queuing to get into McDonald's.
And then you go to the McDonald's and there's two lanes to order your fucking drive-thru. So people will sit in a line with this like a fucking car space to go into one fucking of the drive-thru lines when next to it there's another one that's fucking empty.
Plus, just use the goddamn app, you dumbasses. Yeah. These people are waiting in line for like half an hour, hour to get a cheeseburger for
Well, the
80p.
app, the whole process around the app is to make it as quick and
Yeah, the
stress-free as possible. There's bays. You park in a bay, you get your order, you fuck off. You don't sit in the fucking drive-through line. I fucking hate drive-throughs. No, just everybody in the McDonald's car park is... I'm fucking having
It's our fault for going there so often.
It is, yeah.
I notice all of the fuck-ups, all the retarded shit people do in the McDonald's car park. And that drive-through line, I just can't deal with it.
Any other notable standouts before we go into the question segment?
We're never going to McDonald's again.
We've banned it.
See you after these messages. Fucking whatever happened to that clown, McDonald's clown, motherfucker?
You mean Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, Ronald. I haven't seen him since I was a kid.
The Burger King
executed him.
Yeah.
He kidnapped him and sorted him out.
Yeah, you got him.
We're out of the era of like mascots now, though, aren't we? Who has a mascot?
True.
Why do you need a mascot when your corporation's branding is so powerful anyway? Like back in the day, you needed a mascot to represent your brand. Now you've just got your name.
Just
Apple.
the M. My M is the brand.
M.
The yellow M.
And then B is just I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. The mascot thing. When we were
Burger
kids, like
King.
it was just mascots everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything was a mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not cool.
Minecraft has a mascot.
Yeah, Phil Spencer. We'll see you after these messages.
Life can be a dick sometimes, so get your dick from out your hand. And don't be a dick, wear a dick. Dick the Head t-shirts available now. Check the description below.
Welcome to the second half of the cast where we answer questions from the JARC community from over on our suggestion thread on the subreddit. Head over there if you want to ask us anything you feel like, just like Crust Pain did. It's one for me though, guys. Hey lads, I have a Lego question for Alex. I notice whenever Alex talks about Lego, it's usually licensed stuff like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. And so I'd like to hear his opinion about their original fantasy/sci-fi themes such as Ninjago Power Miners or Space Police. That stuff, that ain't my era. Ain't no Ninjago fan. I'm from the more of the, the Rock Raiders, your was it called Mars Mission? Jim, you remember Mars Mission, don't you? You remember those little aliens you like put in pods and then you like put them in the thing and then you press down on the air and they go through the through the tubes. It's like a tube system with aliens in pods.
That was Lego?
Yeah, that's a Lego set.
I remember that being kind of awesome.
It was cool as a kid, but like when you look at it as an adult, it's like kind of a stupid set. It's like, what actually is this?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess my imagination did like half.
Oh yeah. No, that was the fun part as a kid with that stuff. Johnny Thunder. How could I forget about Johnny Thunder?
Oh my god, Johnny Thunder! I love Johnny. Do you remember when we saw Johnny Thunder himself at Legoland?
Yeah, because Johnny Thunder was like before they sort of did the massive license themes like Indiana Jones. It was like their Indiana Jones basically.
He was a bit more like rad, like surfer bro type. He was
Johnny
like
Thunder. No, he was just like Indiana Jones. He had the hat and he was an adventurer and he'd go to...
Oh, I'm thinking of someone else.
You're thinking of Ace something.
Yeah. He wore like blue or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and he like could drive every vehicle and shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I need to wear blue from now on then.
Yeah. I like Space Police and Power Miners. Rock Raiders are the true Power Miners. In my opinion, this is clearly the different eras of fans kind of clashing.
Bring back Rock Raiders.
Rock Raiders is superior, just for Berg.
That's not Rock Raiders.
Yeah, it is. That's
Lego
why
Racers.
it's in Lego Racers, though, is because it's a Rock Raiders thing.
He's one of those guys from Rock Raiders.
Yeah.
He's a rock monster.
Yeah, from Rock Raiders. Bit of a crossover.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole world out there, bro, you don't understand.
So is Lego Racers in the Rock Raiders universe?
It's kind of like, the new Space Jam, where they're like, they're going to different Lego worlds. Yeah. Let's do this one from Samana Boney. Howdy, Mingers. It was cool to meet Alex at the Gorillaz concert, even if our interaction was very brief. If I had a brain, I would have asked for a photo or actually talked to you about the concert. It's okay, man. Anyway, my question is this. Do you boys have any advice for taking your driving test? Mine is coming up in a few weeks and I'm super nervous. Mainly because if I fail, there's a good chance I won't be able to take it for another year at least. How did you prepare for it, whether that be mentally or otherwise? Anyway, thanks for the epic content as always, and game on.
My main advice would be don't fuck it up.
Yeah, just just drive.
Yeah, just go.
For me, it's always the anticipation that's the worst part for me. When I'm actually doing it, I can function okay because I knew I could drive pretty well. My instructor was confident in my ability, and I'm fairly confident behind the wheel. I know what I'm doing.
That is a big part of it. I don't think your instructor would ever have you ready or have a test scheduled for you if they didn't think you were capable.
I disagree with that. There are some instructors out there who will say for you to go and know you'll fail so they can get more lessons out of you. I've known.
No, but my instructor wouldn't have signed me up for the test if I wasn't ready, because if he wanted to get more money out of me, he would have just taught me for longer.
Also, my instructor did not book my exam. I did.
Right.
So I didn't tell him that it was up. I was just like, I think I just said yeah. And then I did all the ones. Because I just said I'm going to book my test then. So I did a driving lesson every day for a whole month. So I did not learn the normal way. Because I was on a deadline.
You already have more experience than the average person already, though.
Yeah.
No, in my experience, if your instructor is the one that booked it, and then they thought you weren't ready, they'd probably find another student for that slot and give you more time. And if an instructor thinks you're ready, then you're ready, because they know better than anyone how to drive.
Yeah, that was what I went through too.
I think the thing with the exam itself is something unexpected could happen, and in that situation you're going to be like, oh fuck, what do I do? And in that situation you do nothing, you do what's safest. So if, for example, my one was when a trailer full of cars delivering cars in a tiny estate was with traffic lights and they were reversing. I could go. I didn't. If I went, I would have failed my exam. I played it safe, and that means I sat there for 5 minutes straight while everyone was beeping their horn. If I didn't, I probably would have failed.
Yeah, because the only minor I got was for being too safe on a roundabout.
Yeah, and that is a thing. Don't worry about racking up minors. If you notice some yourself, I got 14 or something.
You can get minors in everything. You just can't get 3 of the same one.
Right.
You want to just be as calm as possible and just follow what you know. Indicate, look in your mirror, and do all of the things you've been constantly rigorously taught, and just be calm and follow it like a step-by-step guide. You just do it all in a flow.
Think about some of the idiots on the roads, right?
Everyone's an idiot.
Yeah.
You know. We're good at overcomplicating shit in our head.
Yeah. You've already done the hard part, which is
just framing it as a test as well. And it's this person just sat next to you, just watching you drive. It's quite inherently weird and awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good luck anyway.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You'll do it. We know you will.
Cuxa says, can you teach me some British/Roadman slang? I live in Asia, but I want to sound like a cool, epic dude.
Don't.
Also love the cast. I've been listening to the cast since 2 months ago. Now I've reached 100% completion of all your vids. Damn. Kind of making me sad now, TBH. And I just want to say, Jim saying damn son is the most satisfying thing in the world. It kind of makes me automatically come. I can't really speak to any Roadman slang, maybe some British.
Peng?
What do you mean you can't speak any English, fam?
No, I can speak English.
Come on. You fucking teased us with this Roadman slang.
Me? When have I teased you with that? I know that peak means that something's bad, even though...
No, I mean something's good, fam.
No, it doesn't.
To be peak is to be good.
No, to be peak is to be bad.
That's why I always got
peak
confused
is
by
good.
No, peak is bad.
Peak is bad, bro.
Peak.
I swear to God.
We've gone over this.
We came... Well, I had the epiphany when we were in London because we were on an escalator and it was busy, and I was like, is this peak? And you were like, nah. And I was like, wait a minute.
Peak is in peak time.
Peak time sucks. That's why peak means bad.
No,
because in my head I could...
Before, we said that peak means good or bad depending on what word's used before it.
No,
Surely not in the Roadman.
Well, it depends on the
No.
entire context, because if you say something is the peak of something, then it's the best of that.
Hey, that's peak.
But if you say something is just peak,
No.
then it sucks.
Right.
It's the worst it could be.
Yeah.
Pang.
Pang, man.
Pang
Ping.
means really good.
See, Pang in my mind I just associate with Dead Space.
Dead Space, yeah, the little statues, which are really good. That's why it's easy to
Yeah.
remember. That's Pang.
Mhm.
Peng is like one of the most well-known slang words. Peng.
Yeah. Well, I know what it means now. You know. Come
Now?
on, give us some more. Yeah, like I used to associate it with Dead Space until people started like using it way more. Like
Yeah.
when Dead Space came out, people around here weren't saying Pang. It's like
no, they
it's-
were. Peng's always been about.
Bro, not in like 2010 around here.
yeah, no,
man.
20, it was. Peng
Maybe
is
in
not that
London.
new.
Around here in Wiltshire.
We live near Swindon, bro. Swindon.
No, I'm telling you.
Nah, I think you're.
No,
right.
it takes
No,
it takes a while for this shit to spread from London.
Yeah, it bleeds out from London.
Oh, you're gonna make me start vexing in a minute, man.
Yeah, because I learned like what peak and all that stuff was, what,
A few weeks ago.
a few years ago?
I first heard it when I was about 19, I think.
Mm.
People started saying it at where I work,
Mm.
which was closer to Swindon.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Where I worked.
Oh, that's peak. You know, that's
What's like British slang?
like. What do you mean? What's British slang?
Well, it's like an exact wanker.
That's not slang.
It's not slang, is it? If
Mm.
it's, I don't know. Define slang.
I can't.
In it is the most obvious thing ever.
In it.
In it.
That's isn't it? For those wondering.
Oh, fuck off, man. In it. You're gonna come into my
What
ends
about
and
some
start saying,
Wiltshire,
"Isn't
Wiltshire
it?"
slang?
Good lush.
Right.
Right.
No, Wiltshire's like water. Water.
Want some butter?
Butter. I don't see. That's how I say butter. Who says butter? Butter.
I go between the two.
Do you want some butter?
I
Want
like
some
that.
butter on you?
Can I have some water?
Peanut butter.
Combine harvester.
Combine harvester.
harvester. Grass. Grass is that's not even like a southwestern thing. It's grass or grass. Are you a grass or grass? I'm gonna grass on you,
You
mate.
know what I am.
Yeah, you are.
Apparently, tosh is one.
No.
Nah, that's not one.
No,
Nobody
tosh
says
is one. That is
Nah.
a really British one. Hey, that's tosh.
I've never heard anyone say that.
That's like a dead slang.
Mm.
Cheeky.
chuffed.
I'll pop
It's
a
like
chuff
bunt
on.
slang.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm feeling very chuffed today. Oh, you're being very
No,
cheeky.
everyone says chuffed.
I don't.
Chuffed
No,
is
they
common.
don't.
Yes, they
yeah,
do.
because
No.
it's British. Here we do, but it's British slang. In Asia,
No,
do
I
you think they
know,
go
but-
around saying they're chuffed?
No, but I don't think it's like particularly posh to say chuffed. He's
I
well
do-
chuffed.
No, I think it is.
No,
I don't.
No,
you
it is
don't hear
not.
normal people saying
No, it
that.
is not.
When was the last time
Yeah,
you heard
'cause,
a
like,
normal
gutted.
person say chuffed?
I like every day.
If you're gutted,
That's a normal word. That's just a
No.
word.
That's a British slang.
yes, British slang. Oh, I'm gutted, mate. I'm gutted about that, mate.
I don't consider that a.
No,
English
'cause we're
slang.
British,
You
that's the
can't consider it. It just is.
I disagree.
You can't disagree. Blimey.
Blimey.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, blimey.
That's for a certain type of person as well. Blimey.
A cock up.
I didn't say
That's a
cock
good
up.
one.
Cocked
Cock up.
up makes more sense.
Cock up means like a screw up.
Oh, fucking cocked up.
Yeah, blimey, gutted, chuffed. Lost the plot.
That's a good one.
Lost the plot's a really good one. Sorted.
Sorted. That's
Sorted,
a word.
salted, ready, salted.
Yeah.
That's a word though.
No, but
Anyone.
all of this is a word, but the context in which it's used in our British society is different to
no,
other.
Americans probably use sorted the same way. It's a word.
No, I'm telling you, not.
Oh,
Sorted.
I've just sorted the wood out for the job. Oh, I've just sorted the wood out for
No,
the
but they don't
tea.
go sorted.
No, because that's the
salted.
That's the accent. That's the word. It's
No,
used
it's
anywhere.
using it in that context.
I guarantee people use it in every English-speaking country. Oh, have you sorted that job? Sorted, mate.
no, that's not using it as slang though.
It's not. I don't think that's slang.
It is fucking slang.
It's not. I think you're going too deep now.
But
You're looking where things don't
kip.
exist.
A kip.
Who uses that?
Lots of people.
Depends where you're from. The bee's knees.
You're the
Okay,
one.
that isn't British.
No.
That is not British.
Wonky. That's British.
That's a word.
But
When you go to a building site in Australia and something's wonky, what are they going to say?
You
can't use
not a bit
Australia
straight.
can't
either.
use Australia.
They have some of the wackiest nomenclature of all.
America, New Zealand. Wonky's a word.
No,
How
but
is
just
it like a
because you
British
can describe
thing?
something as wonky doesn't mean that we don't use it more broadly.
Like knackered. What other countries saying knackered as much as this?
Knackered. I would agree with knackered, but wonky's just a word.
No, it's all about the context.
I disagree.
Nutter. Crazy person.
Nutter is
bollocks.
very common.
Yeah. Don't be a nutter.
Oh, he's a nutter.
Dog's bollocks. Calling someone a chap.
Yeah, that's
Chap.
British.
The abso-bloody-lutely. Ooh. Nosh. Nosh is on here.
Fucking nosh, man. Proper nosh.
Arse over tit.
Never heard it.
How do you think that would go down in Asia, or wherever this commenter was from? Ooh, that made me go arse over tit.
This isn't very Roadman.
Well, they said English. I can't say anything with. I don't know any fucking Roadman slang.
You do.
You know Pang,
try and
you
speak
know
Roadman.
Like I just said, I can't.
You can.
Mm-mm.
Jamie isn't even doing his Roadman. Kind of upsetting, to be honest.
Let's do this one from Sassy Sonia HD. Hello, boys. I hope you've been enjoying this splendid British summer. I have a story for you. Last Sunday at midnight, I called a good friend of mine who I've known since primary school to wish her a happy birthday. I'm very good at remembering things like birth dates and anniversaries, so naturally I had to ring her the very second the clock struck 12 a.m. She was on her way back from a long day at work and walking through a car park to get to her house when I rang her. She informed me that she'd recently broken her foot and happened to be waddling on crutches at the time of my call. After about 5 minutes of chatting, I heard the blood-curdling scream of two women, followed by dead silence for about 5 seconds after it. I wondered whether it was simply people she knew trying to surprise her on her birthday. But who on earth would sneak up to someone outside to do that? It turns out the cries came from two random girls who were driving at full speed towards my friend before turning the corner to exit the car park. I suppose they wanted to spook a seemingly disabled woman into falling over or something. Anyway, my friend was completely unmoved by what had just happened. Her deadpan reaction on top of the explanation of the incident left me scream laughing for a solid 3 minutes due to the absurdity. Now my question for all of you is, what is the strangest, scariest phone call you've ever heard? Well, Jim's one's of it. That's probably mine as well. It scared me good when you called me on the ghost story, but what's that about? Why would they do that?
Yeah, that's proper messed up.
Because they want to make someone's day terrible. They want to be horrible to someone. That's what the whole thing is behind that.
Like, where's the link of, like, you're driving your car, you see someone who's clearly, like, injured, and then you make the leap, oh, humor would be to threaten them with my
Yeah.
Like, what?
No. I'm calling you out here.
What?
When we were in school, you used to get a thrill of blindfolding yourself and almost riding into people to last minute swerve past them. It's the exact
Really?
same mindset. Yeah.
You can't compare me as, like, a dumb teenager.
They could have been dumb teenagers.
This is the same fucking thing at all.
The context might be the same, but you're doing it for the same reaction. You're almost hitting someone to then not hit them.
Target disabled people and, like,
No,
try and
take the people out of it. You're driving into someone to then swerve last minute. The reason you're doing it is identical, no matter the situation. So you should know the thought behind it. It's just to scare people, basically.
You're making me sound like I drive around like scared. I have no memory of
Yes,
doing
it's just like when you were 18 or whatever. It's a long time ago. It doesn't matter, but the thought process is the same. I can think of it because I've done the same. If your parents are outside your house, you just try and drive into them.
No, it's different if you know the person.
Yeah, of course. But then
that is funny. Like,
but
you
it's
always do it
the same. You're doing it for the exact same reason. It's the same thing in your brain.
No, not if
you're
you're targeting a stranger that is using crutches in a car park. That's
you're trying to scare
different.
them. That's it. That's the only thought process behind it. we can't interview these two girls or whatever who tried to win this person over, but they're probably doing it because it's funny. They want to scare someone. That's the only thing to think of.
No, if it was someone just in the car park walking along, okay, dick move, but sure. Person in crutches, bit different.
Does add another layer of kind of...
Yeah, because like if they did fall over, well then what?
Yeah.
What, would you still just drive off? Like,
Yeah, they would. They're trying to be
Probably.
dicks.
well then, yeah, that is wrong. I don't remember Alex
No.
cycling into disabled people.
No, but I'm just
Is that
saying
fine?
the thought process behind it is identical. Not the situation or the people they're trying to run over. They're just saying the thing, the dopamine hit people get is the same.
No, it's different.
Do you want to run me over and see what
It's
happens?
different.
George is not okay as one for us. Any thoughts on energy drinks as a whole?
Oh, there's an energy drink expert among us.
What's the best energy drink?
Monster.
Red Bull. Red
Monster
Bull's-
is the best energy drink.
Red Bull's the best energy drink because you get less.
Sam Strand-Bridges would never have made it across America without it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, true. They're still pretty bad, eh?
I wouldn't like recommend drinking them, but you know, sometimes you need that utility. And they do hit different to coffee. Like coffee's kind of like
I find it more relaxing to drink.
a nature's hit, you know? Whereas Monster, relentless,
Pussy.
Red Bull, they're like chemical compounds created by insane chemists. I wouldn't. I'm sure they're like some of the least healthy shit you can consume.
Especially the sugar ones.
Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna drink-
either or, they're both just full of trash.
They are, but then you're drinking an obscene amount of sugar in sugar ones. Like, if you're going to drink an energy drink, at least don't drink the sugar ones. Have the sugar-free ones.
Well, I don't really want to say to drink either of them.
No.
Because like
That's where
Lord
my...
only knows what they're putting in the sugar-free
this
ones
is-
to make them taste as sweet.
This is my entire logic. If you're going to buy an energy drink, buy one that has less in. So then you're not drinking this garbage as much. Because what's the difference between like a Red Bull, a small Red Bull can, and a Monster can? 300 odd milliliters of drink. Why would you, if you need that hit, why would you just drink more of horrible
because
chemicals?
it's a bigger hit.
I get the same hit from a small Red Bull.
Well, that's good for you, isn't it? Some people are different.
Some
I know,
people
I'm
have
just-
caffeine tolerance.
But that's my logic. I'd rather not drink more of the really horrible compound.
But I mean, I can't deny the utility they hold over me. You know, if I'm feeling sluggish and I need energy to do anything, it's just like a surefire way to get it.
I just suggest never getting into a habit of consuming them regularly. Because there's like that I don't know if it's recent, but someone in uni just died because they drank like
That's like
a
every
shit ton.
week.
They just drank a shit ton.
Yeah, it's probably good that they put like an age range on them now.
Yeah.
You have to be at least 16 to buy them now.
Yeah.
Like you could be. Like
That's the most
before-
frustrating thing though, when like I'm buying a Monster for work
Mhm. And getting
and
it.
then I get ID'd. It's like,
Yeah.
what? You serious?
I find just that whole thing weird. It's like kids now are consuming things that I never would have thought about consuming at that
What are you
age.
talking about?
I didn't drink a Monster Energy or Red Bull at 14, or coffee for that matter.
See, I didn't
No, most-
didn't like coffee, but I loved shit like
Yeah,
that.
most people
drink any of
don't
that.
start drinking coffee until, I don't know.
That's not normal anymore, though. Go to Costa before you go to school. We full of school kids getting Costa.
But
But I just sound like
I'd say it's the same as drinking an energy drink when you go into Costa or Starbucks and you get like an iced frappe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like it's just a tool to get kids addicted to
Sugar and
caffeine
coffee
as soon as possible.
Yeah. The Cameron Cox has one. Is it more ethical to squash a spider that is in your shower or wash it down the drain so it can survive in the pipes? I would say neither. Just let it climb on your hand and then take it out, and then have your shower, and don't just kill it.
My whole thing now is, I don't care. I'm scared of spiders. I'm terrified of spiders. But if you leave them, they leave you every time. Don't do anything about it.
No, but in the shower, it's different. Like, if you've turned the shower on, you're naked. You get in the shower, and then you see a spider like struggling to get out.
Then I'd just go grab something for it to crawl on, or...
Well, where my experience with spiders is they're always top. In which case, they're not going to affect you. I've had showers of spiders right there. I just leave it and they
See, sometimes they like fall in the bath and they can't climb because of the porcelain or
That's at that point I normally kill them.
Damn.
Because it's just like they're gonna die anyway. I'm too scared of them.
They're gonna die anyway. You can save them.
I've used toilet paper as like a thing that they can easily cling onto, and then you can hold the toilet paper at the top and have them quite far away from you, and then you flush them down the toilet.
Yeah, at that point you're literally if you're gonna kill them anyway, why?
That part was a joke.
Good.
I
didn't get that. There was no joke in that.
No, you're just
thick. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fat fucking ass.
Nah, not at all.
Weird one from Auntie Cholo's Asian Queen. Keeping up with the trend of jar discussions about which animals and or versions of Tyson they could take in a fight. How do you think you'd fare in a fight with your own fathers? Would you have a chance? Or would your fathers completely kick your ass?
My dad's been doing manual labour since he was 18. He'd fucking destroy me instantly. Not even at any point trying.
What do you think about the Beltman father?
But here's the thing. You can beat any man if you land the ball shot first. You can defeat any man.
Yeah, that's kind of like fighting dirty though, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
That's a sort of...
Let's say we're all wearing like cock
Cups.
armor.
No, but it's like... If you get into a fight, a very real fight outside a pub, it's never going to be a fair fight. People don't fight fair. This isn't sports. Everyone will try and get the upper hand. So this whole, if you kick him in the balls, it's dirty, do it. Because then...
It's your own dad.
if I was fighting my dad, then yeah. Because I can't beat him. He's fucking... My dad's huge. He would fuck me up. So I'm just going to go straight for the plums.
So there's actually a fairly good chance James might just sneak the victory in.
But the thing is, do you want to kick your own dad in the balls?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I genuinely don't know.
Because he's, like a rugby player in his day. He's got his arms.
Well, he's definitely like stronger than I am. But age does play a big role.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'd say
find out.
Yeah, it's kind of a flip of the coin, to be honest. Ooh. Is to be honest a...
Yes.
More like a Britishism thing.
Is it?
To be honest, TBH. Actually, no, because it's like it's internet stuff.
Yeah,
TBH,
it's more like
yeah.
lol or something.
Yeah. Ignore me.
Soz. Would kicking someone in the balls and then running away, would that be a loss or win?
Depends if they fall
Because
down.
then you've immobilized them for a good time. You can get away, scratch free.
But like when they recover,
You're gone.
No,
You're gone.
if it's your own father though.
I'll be in my own house. I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Just realise if you do get in a fight, just go for the plums.
What if you're not
Unless-
fighting a man?
Just don't fight then.
The old cunt punt.
No, no. In general, just
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why anyone would ever
Horrible.
fight. Like, when do you need to fight?
When you actually see like videos being shared of like people outside bars like fighting, and like
They always go
fucking
one way.
lame looks.
They always go like two ways. It's either it's not like they scrap on the floor and it looks pathetic, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Or it's a one punch knockout and they're on the floor knocked out, which is like satisfying because it's like you're being a cunt and now you're just flat out. That's satisfying. But just don't fight people. Like, what do you have to prove by fighting someone?
Well, you might want to know if you can beat your dad in a fight.
Yeah.
But outside of the dumb situation like that, don't fight people. You just look like a knob.
Sven can take us away. I don't know how this was going to go. Sing the hello, hello, hello thing in a circle, but keep going until you reach your guy's highest pitch. Start really low.
But I've got like a dead zone.
That's fine. So which should we go that way? So this is just hello.
I think we should do that.
You
If
reckon?
we're going to go high pitch, I think not, because I will just start screaming. So put that
Okay.
away.
Don't scream.
You can't speak in a high pitch without screaming.
Yeah, you can.
That's not how it works.
That's pitch, bro. Hello. No, it's got to be low. Hello.
Or, no, do we all do the same note, or do we?
Don't you go hello, 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 like that, right?
So you,
Change
No, but then
that.
you'd have to go hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. And then, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
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 No, you went deeper than me.
This is what I mean. I
Holy fuck.
can go higher and lower than both of you.
Hello.
Go lower then.
Hello.
Okay, let's just simplify this. Let's do our deepest and our highest. Hello. Hello.
Oh, what? So you're not going to do your highest now?
Oh, I'll do my highest after.
Hello.
Hello.
Right. I prefer the high pitched one.
Oh, shit. Hello. I don't think I can physically do that.
Thanks for watching.